And here we are. Howdy doody. We made it through another week.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah, not our normal Tuesday.
So Kai has been having a little bit of difficulty.
Yeah, well, I had two difficulties. I was a bit under the weather after coming back from Cleveland. I caught something on the way. And now, I'm starting to feel better, but then I tried to work with my computer and StreamYard and Chrome and OBS just did not get along. Still don't get along. And now I'm in Firefox to make things work. Oddly enough, in Fireworks, everything works. But in Chrome, nope, not happening. Your browser does not recognize your camera. So there's some going on. I've updated everything. I've updated the cameras. I've updated the OBS. I've updated StreamYard. Well, you really can't update StreamYard, but Chrome is on the latest and greatest, so I don't know what the heck's going on. Kind of had me a little miffed, though. But, now I'm trying it in Firefox and everything works, so it seems to be a Chrome issue. Which kind of sucks.
I'm actually using two different filters here. This is the Brio filter I'm interacting with both of them. That's interesting. Because the interface for the Link camera doesn't have any real adjustments. And it does have a little bit of exposure, but anyway. Oh, there we go. There we go. I found them. All right. That's there. Okay. All right. So,
DJ, you're too skinny to be Mario. You got to be Luigi. That's just all there is to it.
So what's the good word?
Good word. Well, good word is, yeah, there's a surprise. Howdy, Chuck. Well, there's this. I have a new top camera. Make things look better on the old desktop. See, when I have stuff to show, we have a better camera now.
So you have that hard mounted on a.
Yeah, I've got an arm that mounts both cameras basically on an arm to the wall.
Okay, so
when I take the disc, it doesn't shake the camera. So
yeah, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have that
360 Link 2. I got the Link 2C for the top camera. And I got the Link 2 was the move mount as a front camera. And James Barreca, howdy, fella. Fort Myers. So, yeah, no, the Link 2C was on sale at Amazon for $99. And it was time for me to replace that way overdue Logitech 922 with something a little better. So we can play around. We've got
the best deal you've got now is back to $150. It's either $200 or $150.
Yep. Well, I've sent you a message. And what was the answer I get? You suck.
I don't need another. I already got another. I freaking just spent gazillion dollars on a camera.
Well, but that camera went to your daughter.
It's back. It's back in my. It's back in my kitchen right now. I'm going to use it this weekend. I still have ownership rights over it.
Oh,
I'm just becoming the film person. So I'm gonna start
you
shooting.
think you have ownership?
I'm gonna start live shooting her cooking videos. I'm gonna run the camera for her. You basically have a choice. So you either run two cameras and then you edit with two cameras, which she doesn't have any experience with, or you just have your dad film it, and then he basically shoots your different angles, and then it's easier.
Chuck, go ahead and post a link to that thing so people can vote for you.
But
Him and Lori made it to top 15 and America's favorite couple. Maybe you and I should run too. America's favorite YouTube personalities.
That's right.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll just friggin' create our own little world here and just but so I finally sold. You notice back there's something missing. There's something very very important and missing from my background.
The flip is gone.
And there's no flip there. The flipping flip has been
left the building.
Has left the building. And to be very honest, the only reason why I sold that drone has nothing to do with what it does or what it can't do. It's just I don't fly it. I got what I wanted out of it. I traveled with it. It's great for travel. Actually, the person that bought it is taking it out of the country and going to Africa. And it's a great drone for that. It's expendable. So if you crash it into something, you're not out a gazillion dollars.
But did you do the proper thing and take it off of your account so he can register it?
Who do you think I am? Somebody that sold something to me?
Yeah. Was that B&H?
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But it was a great. I actually set that drone up for. I bought a case for it. I put it in. I bought a RC2 for it, and I set that drone up perfect. And that you're like, well, why would you do that? Well, it sold in like 2 days. So there you go. That's why I did it. If you want to sell something, you can't sell the base model. You got to sell it as an upscale, better, and then it moves out the door.
Well, there's a run on whatever DJI drones are available right now.
Yeah, I still have my Air 3. Actually, that drone that's right behind me, not that side, but the other side, that thing right there, that is a Ruco U11. That has a 4K 3-axis gimbal camera on it, and it actually works just like a mini. So if I wanted to fly a mini flight, that thing, I think it's got a 1/2-inch sensor too on that. So Ruco basically, built that, and they've actually updated that several times. It's not the Atom though. If you want the best non-DJI mini right now, it's the Atom 2. I would fly that first. if somebody said, hey, if there was the only one drone available for me to buy that was going to give me the same travel kind of feel, I'd buy the Atom 2. Flight time, camera quality, video, it's exactly like it's like the Autels. It's got the same color science as the Autel drones. So, but I am now one down. I still have my I still have the N3s. Those are, you just keep them. Still have the little Neo right there. Neo, you just, so.
And here comes Johnny. And Johnny got the mini Falcon V-copter delivered this week.
Uh-oh.
And I must admit, the little bit of footage that he did post, I was very surprised how good the quality on it was. So I did not expect the quality to be as decent as it is. Now, there were like the one or two jitters in there, but I don't know if that was the V-copter or if it was the YouTube just screwing up video.
It's 10. The video footage is 1080 that he posted. So I'm looking at it right now. That's, so it's not 4K. He just didn't post it as a 4K flight. But it's stable. It's got a stable gimbal, that's for sure.
No, I mean it's stable. The colors look good.
Got a zoom. He's zooming in and out with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch his I'll watch his unboxing to check out what it is. This is the first time I've seen it, so I'm glad he got it. That's good. So it gives us an opportunity to check it out.
Well, he's also got the comparison because he's got the original V-copter,
which is good.
As long as we still get to fly. Yeah, I'm going to go down that dark, dark, dark hole. If I don't know if anybody else saw Drone Camp's video concerning the Homeland Security meeting where there were 4 gentlemen out of the drone industry telling them all the stuff that's wrong with drones these days and how drones should have to register for individual flights. And it's just freaking mind-boggling. And of course, stuff gets mentioned like that whole mess in New Jersey was all the rogue drones that were all over the place. Of course, they mentioned the guy in Kerrville that flew his drone into a rescue helicopter. The whole Homeland Security thing. The DJI investigation is not even what I'm talking about. The DJI investigation was something mandated, was the budget. And I'm glad they're at least doing that, because the way that thing was written, they were supposed to do an investigation, but if they didn't get around to it, DJI would land on the covered list by default. At least now they're doing what they're supposed to be doing and at least looking at it. So we'll see how that turns out. But DJI's biggest problem is that slave labor was the, what are you calling people again? You
The
know,
Uyghurs,
yeah.
the people of uh, Western China. Mostly, they're more Asian than they're more Central Asian people, people that are mixed with the Central Asian people are the oldest and one of the largest groups of DNA people in the world. I mean, that was, which is very interesting because those cultures are actually older than the Chinese culture itself. Because those people are the ones that settled, eventually went to Eastern Asia. Anyway, it's 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 groups of people that are kind of like they're I guess vagabonds. That's like the Georgians. If you go to Central, like, if you ever seen people from Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan, and those are massively, very genetically um, diverse people. So, oh, my dad's calling me. Oh boy, let me take this call really quick. Here, I'm
All
just going to
right.
mute for a second. I'll be right back.
All right. So anyway, yeah. DJI's biggest problem is the slave labor thing, and that's what's killing them right now at customs, because everything gets stopped at customs. And apparently, it's a matter of how it comes in. If it comes from Canada, it gets stopped for certain. If it comes in through California, it may not be. It's kind of weird how that works, but we know DJI is fighting an uphill battle. There's no doubt about it. But if you were to watch that video, um, they just don't want us in the air. There's just no other way of putting it. They do not want drones just lollygagging around. Um, they are calling for digital flight plans. Basically, get authorization before you fly. Um, they want to have the ability to take over the control over your quad and land it if need to be. Administration has campaign made clear that in their eyes China is a threat. I suspect the reason drones coming through Florida, person in charge of customer wants to please. Well, DJI is going to go the way of Huawei. Um, Huawei got caught in Britain with tea kettles that were set up with spyware, um, listening devices, whatever. Um, that actually got proven, and they're no longer available in Britain or in the EU. But it's just, yeah, somebody's got a hard on for the Chinese. Yeah, there's no you can't avoid politics on this topic. But the short and long of it is, DJI's got this mantra about security, and they got this mantra about slave labor. They're dealing with the security part, but the slave labor thing, it seems to be just a freaking trump card in their back that they pull every time they're not getting anywhere else with uh, DJI, and it's kind of disappointing to hear. I mean, these were four people 3 of them are actively building and providing drone services. And the shit they cooked up that they want everybody to do, it's out of our reach. It's they just make it so darn difficult that no, we might as well sell our shit and start knitting or something. I don't know. You know. Yeah, Chuck, we know you get emotional, and we all get pissed off and emotional about it, but you know, you really need to watch that video that Drone Camps kind of edited together. There was like a 2-hour meeting for Homeland Security, and it's just they digging out all the old shit that the drones in New Jersey, the drone that hit the Super Soaker in California, the drone that hit the helicopter in Kerrville, the drones that flew over football stadiums, and they're just rehashing the same thing over and over and over again, and they're using that to basically push their product. And howdy, Jims. I'm guessing that's supposed to be evening. Well, I don't think they're necessarily aiming for the hobby. They're aiming for market share. And we're just a fly in the ointment, so to speak. Somebody a long time ago brought this up, that the airspace under 400 feet has become a commodity that several big boys want. And I mean, we're seeing all sorts of action that, yeah, they're aiming for they're aiming for the dollar. There's no doubt about it. There's no incentive for anybody to build a drone as good as DJI in this country. There's not enough market. There's not enough market for it. And was what cost it would what it would cost to develop a product like that. You're talking billions. Charging the fly will kill the hobby. No, they're not charging. They're just, they want flight plans. And I'm in a group here locally, and some guy posted pictures out at Canyon Lake, aerial pictures of Canyon Lake. He posted 2 aerial pictures, and he posted another picture of a big sign saying boat ramp closed only for search and rescue authorized personnel. Stay away. But this dude, there is a TFR in place for that area to begin with, and he decided to fly anyway. because he thought he needed a flight to start searching for survivors. Which I don't know why the heck he would do that at Canyon Lake, because Canyon Lake is quite a ways away from where most everybody disappeared. So, but he did it under the guise of, I'm fighting, doing the good thing here. I'm looking for people. What have you done? Matter of fact, I called him out on his bullshit about flying in a TFR, and he accused me of having a God complex and not being very nice about calling him out about it. And I mean, all sorts of shit I had to listen to. And I'm just, we all know how fast the damn helicopter comes up to you. And I mean, the only way to avoid it is by literally turn off your quad and let it drop straight down. But yeah, it's, he's like, well, what have you done to help the people? I said, well, what I've done is stay out of the professionals' way and let them do their thing and not endangering any more people than already are in danger, already in trouble. Don't need to add to the confusion and the distraught that's already going on. Anyhow, stepping off my pedestal now. Guarantee plenty of senators and congressmen have already invested in U.S. drone companies. Well, I mean, there was a bill passed, or was it an executive order to create a U.S. drone. It's basically what Matt's Tech referred to. Why would a drone manufacturer sell us a drone for $1,000 if they can sell it for $10,000 to the government? That's what it boils down to. Why is Dad speaking AI lookalike? Yeah, I don't know. He's got a call from his dad, so well, he needed to answer that. But how about we change the subject just a hair, because I'm gonna show. Let's see. I'm gonna just make myself larger like that, and then I'm gonna go here. Nope. Go here, because I got some new product in. This is Flywoo's answer to the air unit light issues with it being too small, or not being robust enough and not being mountable like so we got these little two pieces, and the bottom side of this gives the air unit light the same mounting pattern as the Air Unit Pro VTX. And then your board basically sits between these two, and it does have some bosses where you put thermocrease on it to help with heat dissipation. So, and that goes along with this little doohaha. And this is the camera protector for the air unit light that has the wide angle lens on it to give it the same 155-degree wide view that you get out of a normal Pro unit. The air light camera only has like 117-degree field of view, and it's way too narrow for FPV flight in close quarters. Because you think you're gonna pet and you've passed through something, and then you find out that you're still in the door frame. Because the thing looks so far forward, you think you're through the door frame and you turn and you're right on the door frame or gate or whatever you want to, whatever you're flying through. So you're hitting that gap and you need to make an immediate turn. You might make the turn too early and end up in whatever you're trying to get through. But this would add the extra field of view to the light camera. And to give a size comparison, I just printed up this little mock camera. This is a 04 Pro camera. Now, we still have that backside to it, but you can see they're about the same size. Has the same bolt pattern as the Pro. So this should be able to mount a light instead of a Pro camera. And then you have something for your little park flyer to fly with. Now, we can compare this, and I've got this kit too, to the kit that Axis Flying makes. And Axis Flying has a kit that's difficult to get out. But here is Axis Flying case. Again, it has the same bosses in it. You put a little thermal grease on it. You squeeze the board, fits in between these. And then you have 4 screws to hold it together. And now this thing does not give you the 20 by 20 mounting points that you're getting out of the Flywood kit. So we'll have to see how this works out. But now Axis line also makes some camera cases to protect the fragile cameras. So I haven't pulled the lens protector off of this yet, but the camera sits in there. This is made out of metal. So it does have a little boss on there for heat dissipation. And this is 14 millimeters wide. So this will mount in any nano size camera. And then they make a second one that will this will mount with the 2 and an 03 or with the single like a Vista camera. Now this is plastic, so it doesn't have quite the heat dissipation that the metal has, but this will make it 20 mil white. Excuse me. And give it, you basically can mount this as an O3 camera at that point. So nifty new products that are on the market. Now, this one here, the Flywoo one, was the lens on it. You can also get it for what's the O3 mounts on the side. Again, this is 20 mil white. So this will mount, no, right in where the Pro will mount. I mean, you see they're very identical in size. That's definitely some I'm going to play with, and I'm going to work on and see which one gets me the best results. I mean, yes, it will add weight because everything is metal and metal weighs. That's just the nature of the beast. But I still should be able to build a SIP 250 even with the extra weight that this brings in, because the air unit light is fairly lightweight to begin with. So we've got a little bit of a comparison there. I'm also pulled the trigger on this. The Speedy Bee.
Hello.
Yep, he's back. Let's see.
There we go.
There he is.
Yeah, it happens.
Here's the Speedy Bee Mark 3X frame. I've got it. I've got the flight controller. I got motors and everything else laying around. So this will be one of my next build, and I will use either this Flywoo kit or the Axis kit. I don't know. Depends on what I find out and what works best. And play with it and see what works out. And then I've got one more goodie. Y'all heard me talking about that Carumbula.
The Rumbula.
The Carumbula. Well, the frame is here.
Oh yeah.
And all the accessories are here too. And I thought it was coming out of Poland, but yeah, silly me. This thing is coming out of the Ukraine of all places.
Yep. Didn't I have a little conversation with you before our stream talking about stuff like drone parts coming out of Ukraine, manufacturing?
Well,
they manufactured over 2 million drones last year.
Yeah, and all went boom.
2 million. I don't know how many of them exploded, but
to put it in the language of what was that? Glorious Bastard. And business is booming.
But yep, the drone. Hey, we have got a deal that we're putting together that Ukraine is going to supply us with drones. Now, the understanding there is they owe us a lot of money. I think we spent $500 billion in Ukraine so far, probably a little more than that. So to have a little bit of give and take, I'll fly a Ukrainian drone as long as it doesn't have an RPG attached to it. Parts, motors, frames, circuit
Come on, you
boards,
make some
whatever.
real impact with that.
So, huh?
You're making real impact with that.
There's a lot of great jokes you could pull out of that one. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that just recently. That's good. That's like pretty new information, and that's not with all the other. You got the electronic ID, for flights and things like that, which is just more nanny state stuff. And I'm sure you already talked about that, but if they go past RID, the toy market's dead meat. So the only people flying drones will be, I don't even know if real estate guys will do it. They'll just get big long selfie sticks. Just put
I'm fairly certain the real estate photography is going to go away.
They're going
to go back to the old camera on a tripod.
They're going to go back to freaking your plane getting the Cessna 170 flying over your neighborhood.
It's just going to go away. They're going to download an aerial view on freaking Google if they can find one.
I'm just going to go to Pilot Institute and get my license. And just buy a Cessna 170 and park it out here at our municipal airport.
Yeah, there's a scary thought. You on an airplane.
Oh my Lord. There's a guy I can get flight school down. They got a nice little flight school out here. I can get my private pilot license here. Yeah, Jim's saying do the 360. Yeah, you just get a big selfie stick and then you put an Insta360 X5 or whatever camera on there, or a DJI, whatever the hell is going to come out. And assuming they don't go the way of the Goonie Bird, Huawei. Yeah, you just put a big selfie stick and you'll get the same shot. You can get a great shot. You're just not going to get the neighborhood shot. You just go, well, do you even need that? You got Google, right? Kai, you can get Google. You just got to pay. You got to do pay Google. You got to get the real, the stuff that's up to date.
You can pull data out of Google for things that will just blow your mind. No, I'm right. My CAD background, civil for civil engineering. You can absolutely download data from Google for terrain, and it'll show the contours of the terrain and the model.
FTFO is talking about what would you buy if there was a choice? We don't know yet. The DJI camera, it says it's a 1-inch sensor camera, and I'm going to buy it as soon as it comes. I'm going to buy it because I really love the Insta360 stuff. So it's a great comparison. It gives me something to do, and I'll give you an answer for sure I
thought there was an X6 coming now.
Oh yeah, of course there will be. The X5 is already old news, man. But the thing is, the Insta360 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, already had a 1-inch module for the earlier camera, for the modular camera. So they've already put a 1-inch sensor on their 360 camera. It wasn't a video camera. It was mostly for doing, most of those were real estate shots. And I think it did do video, but to have a 1-inch sensor camera has already been done. So DJI having this, you go from an 8K, because the X5 is actually 11, almost 12K if you take both size sensors on both sides. And if you put 1-inch sensors on there and you make it even bigger, it's going to be like 14K or some number they're going to throw out there. But yeah,
but don't
right.
get all hung up on those numbers that they're throwing
Right.
out there, because some of that stuff is
Right. You don't use all of it.
marketing bull.
Right. Right. You don't use all 12K, right? You use pieces, they piece it together. And Jim's saying, am I interested? Yeah, of course. The thing I don't understand, and I post this on X, is I don't understand where DJI is going to go without software. They have no software for that. They would have to completely manufacture a software solution for their new 360 camera, or it has to do it completely internal from their MIMO app. The MIMO app hasn't changed. It just gets updated. So who knows what they're going to do? Yeah, so I don't Insta360 is the market. I think they sell 70% of all the 360 cameras in the world. So Insta360 is no small company. They're not second fiddle to DJI. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, software is going to be who knows, because nobody's super. I actually do like the app software for Insta360, but you have to post it in the app. So everything has to be done on your phone. Even the studio software to me is okay. It's still not cool. And, so we'll see. They're going to have a partnership with somebody, but there's so many platforms, editing platforms. It's all about editing. What's the next step? You take the video, say it's awesome video. Now, that last video that I did with X5, that was like an extra whole step. And then you notice that the colors were all flat, I didn't push the color plus button, so there's a lot of steps, and you need a pretty good sized computer to render those files, a pretty good, not size, but you need a very capable processor to do that. Yeah, most people, but I do, the new update for the X5 was pretty good. I like how the camera features improved. It's fun. It's a fun camera. And if you're just doing little fun clips, it is really fun. And so that's where I'm at on that. Oh, the tone adjustment. Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited to see what DJI does. If DJI makes a better camera, so great. It's better for everybody. I'm just hoping it's not a freaking super expensive camera. I mean, what I'm hearing is $500. It's different than somebody posted some pictures with a price tag on it, and it was like $700 to $900. And I'm like, nope, I'm out. I'm not paying that much for that camera. No freaking way. I'll wait for the Pocket 4 to come out, which will be $600. So buy GoPro. GoPro needs to do some stuff for me to love them. It's not about whether they're an American company or not. I got a GoPro back behind me right there. That's a GoPro right there. I don't use it. It was a great starter camera, and then DJI took over the market. So anyway, no, my camera world is going to like real cameras, Canon, fucking Sony. That's where I'm going camera wise. So, but yeah, if you like GoPro, what should I buy one? No, they're not innovating, so I'm not going to buy one.
GoPro's been dropping their prices like.
It's not, Kai, it's not that the GoPro isn't a good camera. They take really good action images. There's no question about it. They have good stabilization, but there's 3 companies and GoPro is not innovating. They're not changing the market. And for a tech reviewer, I want cool new stuff. I don't want the same freaking camera. So the FK, the 360. Oh, I know. I gotta. We went to PG. Is it when you start hitting the F word there? That's PG now, isn't it?
Well, I mean, that's about time for us to wrap it up too.
But yeah, you got I saw that you had the case.
Yep.
If I can get 04 lights for $107, I'm going to buy those things. So I did replace my camera. That's now is that the wide angle?
Yep, that's the one with the wide angle lens on it.
Have you looked through it yet?
It works.
I'm excited to see that, Kai. I am. So
and they do have the same thing with the ND filter. So I bought one with NT filters and one without.
Yeah, that's a little interesting camera. It's what the DJI Neo is missing. It does not have a wide angle shot. And we've already talked about it flying wide.
I mean, it's so similar in size to just the regular GoPro, the regular Air Unit Pro camera.
Yeah. But I do have the replacement. It finally showed up to my smashed front end. Then I can go back and do some more crazy. Yeah, I got a bunch of crap for flying this over that street. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna crash it into a car." I'm like, guys, freaking relax. Freaking relax. I live in the desert.
Well, I mean, not everybody just turns their drones off mid-flight either.
The drone didn't malfunction. It was dumbass hitting the freaking disarm switch. Do you notice that when I flew with the X-Lite on that video I just posted? It's different. It's a different world. I know my switches make sense. My switches are down. I got my arm switch. I got my mode switches. It's different. And I don't know why DJI won't make us a freaking controller with I guess it's not meant to be.
Gives you what DJI thinks you need to have.
I know. It's so hard the rockers and just trying to get that mentally when the other ones are just click click. If those switches are on the top, it's the same thing. It's click click, left arm, one switch, arm disarm. Arm disarm. That's it. You can't couple that with
No, okay, to answer Chuck's question, Workbench is not Fridays from now on. I couldn't get on Tuesday because of issues with StreamYard and Chrome and OBS not wanting to work together. I found the workaround. I got to use Firefox right now to get shit to working till StreamYard figures out how to work that with Chrome again.
FTFO Media was asking me what controller I use that. So
an X-Lite Pro.
Yeah, that's Kai gifted that to me, and that's been my controller of ELRS choice. did great. It was, like I said,
After trying to talk sense into him to buy himself a decent controller, I finally gave up and I had a spare one of the X-Lite and I sent it to him.
I think the next step is going to take this and ELRS this thing.
ELRS 2.4 or ELRS 915?
Probably 915 would be appropriate for this. I'd have to move up and
You're gonna need a new module.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, do they have a 915 module for the X-Lite? Yeah. Okay, that would be something that. The reason being is that you need the power. You need the penetration power. But I just want the familiarity with the controller, with the standard controller. And then it would allow me. Maybe I should just get another controller. You've been talking to me about doing that. Just getting another ELRS.
The GX12.
TX12?
GX12.
GX12? Let's see.
It's Radio Master.
Yeah, I got it automatically came up, the black one. 1000 hertz 3D digital CNC Hall gimbal dual band. And so it's ELRS built into it, right?
Yep. It's got both. It's
$169 right now.
Yep. It's got ELRS 2.4 and ELRS 915 built into it. There's actually two separate transmitters in there.
It's under $200.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
It has dual transmitters, it has dual antennas on it.
Right.
You can set it up to where, I mean, you can use either 2.4 on both or 915 on both, or you can use 2.4 and 915. All depends on what receivers you want to use.
I'm sharing it right now. Right there.
And if you're flying 04 units with goggles 3, I'm telling you, get the 915. Because the 03 goggles put out some nasty 2.4 gig signal that ELRS is having some issues with. So the safest thing to do is just stay off the 2.4 gig band and go to the 915.
It's got the front switches too.
It's got switches.
I'm used to the switches in those locations. I mean, it's different. Yeah. I mean, they're not stacked, but it's still.
You got the switches, you got the scroll wheels, you got.
Yeah. And then you got
momentary buttons.
And you do have a module bay, so you can connect up Crossfire or something if you go crazy someday. Looks like you got to replace it.
I'll still fly a lot of Crossfire just because I don't want to. I have a bunch of Crossfire receivers laying around. And most of my stuff I built on Crossfire. For one, Crossfire is easier to update than ELRS.
Yeah, so I should get that and then get myself the antennas. Those are the 900 megahertz. Look at that. I'm moving my camera. But the 915, that's two dual antennas, isn't it?
Nope.
It's not? I can still mount it right on the back there.
Yeah. They make different receivers.
I think that's what I got to do with that. I know it makes no sense to a lot of you guys if you're plug and play. But if you're going to change and you're going to jump up to the different protocol, it's a good practice because then you have to go in, you have to disable XBus, you got to go in and solder in your new. I don't even think I have to solder it in. I probably could just, it probably has a connection, right?
Or
no. Usually you have to solder
It's gonna be very dependent on your receiver.
on the receiver.
Well, not on the receiver, but on the flight controller.
It's like, yeah. I'll look in that. We'll have to look at it. It's an F722.
So
Have to take the panel off.
it's not the 722 that makes a difference. It depends on what kind of hookups you get on the flight controller. Newer flight controllers now have different.
Right. They have different. Some of them have pads and plugs and.
Yeah. So you get like this one right here.
Yeah, you can flip that.
Where, let's see, there's where you have the plug-ins on one side and you have the solder connections on the other side.
Right. I'd be okay soldering it in too. I'd be okay with that. Just get, just have to.
Yeah, this is Flywoo. This one's actually going to go into the Seeker. I am going to replace that old flight controller I had in there to make the stack shorter.
But yeah, that would be a, let's see, AliExpress bounds, the Amazon, and 188 is the price on that. Race day quads is 200. Of course, they're more expensive. Banggood's got it on sale for 174. But yeah, that would be that would be something a move I'd be interested in making.
Here's
that's the receiver. Yep, you just got to that's got to wire in.
So you get your T antenna. Now, what a lot of guys like to use now are these dual band.
Right. The problem with those is finding locations to connect them up, setting them up probably on the front arms, right? Or the rear arms.
Here it is there.
Right.
This is the one that does both 915 and 2.4.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I don't know why you'd go with one and not the other. Why wouldn't just not use 900?
All depends on what you're doing with that. On 2.4, you can get lesser latency on it, but at that, you're losing range.
Because we're coming up on fall and winter. I'm going to have to open this one up.
The issue is on 2.4, you've got all these up to 1,000 hertz cycles on it. But at 1,000 hertz, you're not getting out but 500 meters. After that, it don't carry the signal any further. If you want to reach further, you need to drop your refresh rate down to 250, 150, 50 megahertz. On my quads, I've got them all dropped to 50. And that's plenty for my flying and gives me the most range possible. I'm flying on that airfield. I don't have much of objects in the way. So
yeah, I'm having no problems with the controller I've got. I mean, like I said, I'll probably spend $100 or more for the module, right? You know, if I
Yeah.
just bought the receiver or the receiver module or the transmitter module, I mean.
The Nomad Dual 1 watt Gemini Crossband Express LRS module is $45.
Oh, okay. So I do have two choices, but I got to get out of the farmer in me because that's basically saying, well, why would I switch that out when I can, you know, just pop that on my current controller.
Yeah, it's set up as a nano to begin with, and then you get this little box that you get with it for micro.
Why is Dad so slowly starting to look like Kai? You wanted to make it look really weird? Here we go. There we go. Now we
And
got
Tigerfly's Ariel came in. Howdy, feller. So there's definitely ways to skin that cat. But
yeah, I'm gonna ponder that, and that'd be a really good. Within the next month, I could easily knock that one out, and then get a receiver for because I'm opening them up. The vapor is he's getting opened up. We're opening them up. So if I'm gonna open them up, let's make it worth its while. Let's
it
put
will
a
never be the same.
well, one thing for sure is I'll be able to look out the camera. I told you I did get that today. It's sitting downstairs. They made me sign for that damn thing. I had to sign for that freaking little tiny camera. Oh my Lord.
All right, Tigerfly says he changed his channel name. Sounds more professional than SC Redneck.
That's cool. I like your logo. Yeah, put your link up there. Put your channel link so I can click on it. I'm lazy. Go ahead and link that so we can.
Yeah, make it snappy though, because I'm about done for today.
Yeah, I think Kai's done. It's Friday. I got a headache. I've had a headache all friggin' day. So
I've had a headache all week.
oh
I've
really?
been dealing with the sinus infection, whatever thing. Yeah, it's not been pretty.
We had some weather change. The wind changed, and we got a little bit more. A little more. The cooler air was coming in. We're getting some monsoonal patterns. We've had fires around, so when them cooler winds start, it blows those damn fire smoke back to us. And so there we go. Thank you for doing that. That makes it easy for me. My lazy butt to go and explore your channel there. But all righty. There we go. All right. New subscriber alert.
All right, folks. We're going to be back on Tuesday at our regular scheduled insanity. I've already put a thing in YouTube for it. Y'all have a good weekend. And any more words of wisdom from the DAT gallery?
No, we're
Well, Bob just got here, but Bob, I hate to be this way, and we're on our way out.
no, I think we need to be flexible for change. You know, you just gotta be able to change right now. And I'm rolling with the punches, man. I'm doing everything I can to keep rolling forward and fly, but I'm willing to change. I mean, and
Yep. Well,
FPV is the only thing we got that's free. That's free, for where we can just control our own destiny. And you can, anyway, that goes to another whole story. But I think if you want to keep flying, and you'll just got to learn to use beta flight and play around. I don't know. I I looked at a walk snail kit today. Oh God, I that's how desperate we are right now. If I lose DJI, where am I going to go?
well, Walksnail ain't available right now either, or only at a premium. So, anyhow.
All right.
We'll see y'all on Tuesday.
All right, we'll see you.
Until then, y'all be safe. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Dad, for
Yep.
joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.